One thing that a lot of people don't really put together when they're thinking of the heart and lungs is how truly intertwined they are as a system, right? So this one has the heart and the lungs. You'll be able to see a little bit better when we artificially inflate the lungs, how the heart is quite literally surrounded by lungs. And also we have an entire system of our circulatory system, or an entire part. Okay, that's our pulmonary system, right? We have an entire side of our heart that's meant to take blood, put it to our lungs so that we can diffuse the CO2 and also diffuse O2, but in the opposite direction, and then take it to our different tissues, okay? So some important things to go ahead and check out as far as the lungs go. The first one is going to be this giant tube here. This is going to lead all the way to our throat. This is called the trachea. Okay. Now the trachea is significantly different than the esophagus, and you can tell, they lead to the lungs and the stomach respectively. But the biggest thing is the hyaline cartilage ribs that are only going to be present on the anterior side. Okay. So when I'm feeling this, I can tell which side is front and back because up here, right, this is hyaline cartilage. Back here, right, I can fold it. Right, this is just flappy. Okay, so we only protect the front side of our throats. Fun fact, if you ever want to choke someone out and you have like magical powers, don't choke the front, choke the back. Just go around behind it. Or like, no, I guess that would be more applicable to like Darth Vader. If you're going to force choke someone, just go right back in here on the soft spot and go. Yeah, let's go ahead and blow it up so we can see what it looks like.
You guys want to touch it first?
Oh yeah, touch the lungs.
Pre and post.
Touch the lungs.
Do it.
In all seriousness, you need to touch the lungs now because after we start inflating it full of air,
It won't feel like this.
they're not really meant to be forced like that, and we're going to bust some alveoli, and we're just going to try to inflate it as much as we can.
And
with
it
a
doesn't
shot
feel
vac.
like anything else in our human bodies or in this.
It's like a less brittle liver-ish.
It's like jello.
Touch it.
Touch it. Do it.
That's what I was expecting. I wasn't thinking it was gonna be like that squishy, to be honest.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Leave your
it's-
gloves. You can get another one. It's all right. Leave your glove on if
You need to
touched
touch it while it's
because you need to
inflated.
touch it while it's inflated to see the
Yes.
difference.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's
Okay. Uh-huh.
No, you have to touch it while it's inflated. All right, let's do this.
That's a big trachea. That's a big deer.
If you ever quit breathing in class and we ever have to do some kind of emergency medical procedure,
Yeah.
we stick this shot back down your throat. We put it on
Trachea
forward,
with a
back, forward,
giant
back.
how did I
Hey,
Whoa, hang on. It's lubricated by blood.
it is.
This is no bueno. Okay, I'm just
Ready?
gonna hold this on really tight.
You guys ready?
Let me switch hands so I can put
Yep.
the heart ready.
You guys see all the different lobes?
Yeah, that is really.
See how it goes around the heart? It's no different in us. Ready?
Right, you can see where the heart would sit right up here, right? This is.
Oh my god.
Now, the biggest difference that we need to note is that in our bodies, we're not forcing air in like this, right? So whereas this is going to look very similar in both, what's actually happening is we have a vacuum and our diaphragm contracts and comes down, and you guys know physics. If there's a vacuum, then the lungs will expand to take up that, and it forces air into the lungs.
And it's obviously a much slower process than this,
Yeah,
right?
this is like